देख रहे हैं जेवी टीवी।
On behalf of whole fraternity of Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, first of all, I extend my heartiest thanks to the Honorable Chairperson Madam, Honorable Madam Vidushi Garg ji, Honorable Founder and Advisor Sir Dr. Pankaj Garg ji, and our Professor Emeritus Professor Manu K. Bora ji, who is connected with us from USA, Chicago, and our chief, he is, you can say, keynote speaker, Professor Paul Prabhaker. Now I request to Professor Manu K. Bora, sir, that kindly start this webinar.
Okay, so I'll take a minute or two to introduce our distinguished guest speaker today. So it's the Honorary Emeritus Professor. I think everybody needs to go on mute. Thank you. If everybody goes on mute, it will be much easier. Okay, so good morning to all of you greetings from Chicago. Please, everybody stay on a mute. Thank you. So it's my distinct pleasure to introduce my good friend for over 30 years, Dr. Paul Prabhaker. He is an educator and administrator par excellence. He currently the Associate Vice President and Professor of Marketing at Northern Illinois University here on the outside of Chicago. He has a tremendous education pedigree with the BTech from IIT Madras, MBA from IIM Calcutta, MS from University of Rochester, and PhD in business management from University of Rochester in the US. He's a Fulbright specialist. He has started 2 businesses, and he sits on the board of various corporations, non-profits, and universities. Special advisor to multinational, including Motorola and Chase Bank. And key thing is he's a reviewer and mentor for ACSB accreditation to several international business schools, and he's listed in Who's Who in the world. Now, additionally, he has successfully negotiated partnership with the governments of Egypt, Turkey, Colombia, China, etc., and set up productive academic partnership with universities in.
So let me start by thanking Manu for that wonderful introduction. Dr. Vora is a very close personal friend for many years. And I would like to share my respects to Dr. Garg and Dean Lal for organizing and hosting this event. This is an amazing initiative for this women's university. Very unusual anywhere in the world to find a university that's mission oriented specifically for women. And it's my honor and privilege to not just share with you a few comments tonight, but also be a mentor and advisor for the students and for the young professors down the road over the next few years. So with that in mind, I'm going to share with you a couple of files. Okay, so I have 2 files to share with you. students and professors. First slide is about some very basic principles in strategy. I do not want to really start getting into technical details, but let me share the overview with you to begin with. You know, when we talk about business strategy, organizations and companies formulate strategy. They decide how they should acquire customers. They decide what products to make, how to design products, how to manufacture them, how to deliver them, how to acquire customers, and so on. So organizations have the power to craft strategy. But what we many times don't emphasize in management and in business is the outcomes of strategy are not controlled by the organizations. The outcomes are controlled by the market. And we have to be very, very careful in understanding that one single company or organization is a tiny dot in a huge ocean that we call market. So in a similar parallel way, when we as individuals make life choices, what program to pursue if you're a student, what job to take after you graduate, many other life decisions, it's very similar to companies making strategies. But the outcomes are not decided by us. Even in our personal lives, our circumstances decide what the outcomes will be. So let's go to the next slide, Manu.
Yeah.
So in business, success comes by competing in economic marketplaces. And in the few minutes that I'm going to spend with you, I'm going to explain to you some basic principles of economic markets. What makes success, what makes failure, and I'm going to make the point that only a small portion of your success is driven by your choices, your strategy. A lot more of your success is driven by the timing and the risk that you take. So just like businesses compete in economic markets, individuals compete in life circumstances. By that I mean, if you're a student, next time you sit in a classroom, look around, you'll see tens, hundreds, thousands of students, some better than you, some not so good, but they're all competing for a similar prize in life. So there's competition going on. So when you make choices, you don't choose the outcome, but you choose one of the options in life. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. So in business, strategy is built within four walls, within an organization. So people who are extremely experienced, have a lot of success, will sit down and say, how do we create some value in the marketplace? However, what they control is only what's within those four walls. They do not control what's outside the four walls. What's outside the four walls is called the marketplace. That's the universe that the businesses compete in. In a similar way, if you're a young person in life, there's no guaranteed pathway to success. Okay? And being a much older guy myself, when I look back on my life, there are several windows of opportunity that I've missed simply because I was too careful. I was waiting for more information. I wanted to explore and see what the outcome will be before I make a choice. And in a few minutes, the advice that I'm going to share with you for businesses as well as individuals is, when you make a strategy, don't wait and wait and wait in an attempt to minimize risk. If you wait for a long time, then too many people will catch up to where you are, and the reward that the market will give you will be very, very small. But what I learned is that jumping into that, taking that risk, taught me such good lessons in business that my second business, a few years later, where the product was not as good, where the customers were not as good, but that second business was amazingly successful. And if we have time later on, I'll explain to you the difference. So in the theory of business strategy essentially is, you formulate good strategy by having a product or a service that's better or faster or cheaper. And if you do that, you can also build a good strategy based on brand or customer loyalty, etc. The phase 2 of strategy, and you'll see the phase in the upper right-hand corner of the slide. Once you have the strategy built, this is phase 1. The second strategy is, if your strategy is really good, you end up with a strong competitive advantage. As you can see in the picture, one person is going well ahead of the others. That's called a competitive advantage. In business, a competitive advantage could be your technology is far superior. Your customer loyalty is far stronger. Your product is much better quality. Those are all strong competitive advantages. So this is phase 2, where many see all of you.
If you have any question,
Yes,
anyone?
yes, sir. I do have a question.
Yeah, please.
Don't be
Hello,
shy.
sir.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Jaya is a student of BTech from Jayoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaya Maheshwari.
Okay.
And she
Hi, Jay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Hello,
Jaya.
sir. Yes, sir. I do have a question, that is, there are so many people who says, please secure a good job, and then if you want to do a business, you can take risk.
क्या
If
करना
you're
है
doing,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
तू तो
So
वो है
there are so many students who don't want to
वो पागल हो
take
गए
risk. So what are your opinion on this? Should we take risk, or should we secure a good job?
Yeah. See, that's a question that doesn't have one universal answer. You know why? Because every human being is different. The risk reward is profile, different ratios will fit different individuals. Long time back, when I was a young man, my parents always said, get a government job, you'll have security, the job will be easy, you can retire very young. And that was their solution for a happy life. I did exactly the opposite. I've had successes, I've had failures. The moment I turned 31 and started my second business, and I'm sharing it only to make a point, not about myself. From that day, I didn't have to work in my life, not a single day. But then again, when I was 25, I experienced the depths of failure. So my own personal life is also a testimony to being willing to open the risk-reward ratio on a personal level. Will I say that's the right one for you? Absolutely not. Each individual is different. Your circumstances are different. My circumstances are different. All I will say is, within your circumstance, if you have the opportunity, jump when you, and I'll pass it back to you.
Yeah, okay, sir. One thing I would like to share here on this occasion, because our young professors and participants, students and delegates are here, that the founder, honorable founder of this university, Sir Dr. Pankaj Garg, has been declared as the youngest founder of the university as per India Book of Records. It is the time to express our heartiest greeting and thanks to our participants, specifically to Professor Paul Prabhaker, Professor Manu K. Bora, for sparing the time. We know that in your USA it is very late night, and so we can't spend your more time. And we, since our international partners are always in queue, and in the next coming days we are going to see and listen our very nice specific lecture by Manu K. Bora sir and other legendary persons. So on behalf of Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, first of all, we thanks to you all, and on behalf of the Faculty of Education and Methodology and Faculty of Law and Governance, we extend our heartiest greetings and thanks to our Honorable Chairperson, Madam Vidushi Garg ji, and Honorable Founder and Advisor of the University, Sir Dr. Pankaj Garg ji, for providing this opportunity to interact with you and share our opinion to our participants. So thanks a lot. Again, we will see you. Thanks a lot.
Right. Okay. We'll see you soon. So,
Yeah,
have a wonderful day. A lot of success.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.